Yes, good morning. Good morning. It's a good morning. Yes, it is. It's a good morning. So, this is new information. This is new information. And this is going to make a lot of people upset. It's going to make a lot of people upset. I just finished praying, right? I just finished praying. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. I just finished praying, right? Just finished praying. And I got some I got some new information for us. I got some new information. This is going to make a lot of people upset. It's going to make a lot of people upset that reads the scriptures, that reads the Bible, right? And I hope it don't make you upset. I'm just the interpreter. I'm just the interpreter, right? So being that I'm the interpreter and being that I'm the tactician and organizer here on YouTube, right? Basically, right? When it comes to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, I am the person that is leading Abel descendants. Peace and blessings be upon our father Abel, that was brutally killed and murdered by Canaan, right? Now, I did two videos. I did two videos talking about our father Abel, right? And Cain killing his brother, which is our uncle, right? Out of jealousy, out of envy, and out of Abel's spirituality, he got murdered, right? Because he was getting us back up. This sick, barbaric devil demon didn't want us to go back up. That's why his objective is to deceive Adam and Eve. Was to deceive Adam and Eve. Peace and blessings be upon both of them. He deceived them and got them out of the state in which they was. This is an actual true fact. And got us debased upon this earth because he was already here on the earth. He knew how the earth worked. He knew what was going on prior to the human beings being in existence, right? So I don't want to get into this. I don't want to get into the whole history of him, but I want to touch on briefly a piece of the information, right? Which is really, really important. So let us go ahead and get into this dope content, right? Now, being that we're going to get into the dope content, right? That's really, really important, right? That's really, really important. So now, this is new information. I don't even know the title. I don't know the title. Being that I start talking about Cain and Abel, this information came to me. And the information came to me. Once the information comes to me, I give it to you. I give it to you. And the reason why this information comes to me, because I am the interpreter, right? I am the tactician and I am the the organizer. Yes, yes, right? Yes, I'm talking about the Bible. Just hold on for 1 second. You gotta hold on for 1 second. I don't need any questions right now, right? The new information that we're talking about Cain and Abel. All right, we're talking about Cain and Abel. Now, we're gonna fast forward. I don't want to dive into Cain and Abel's story, but go check out what I just did. Part one and part two of Abel being our fathers. Of Abel being our father. And the reason why I did that, because a Somalian Muslim, and I think a Muslim, Imam, right? I think it's in Minnesota, that Trump is sending them all back, disrespect able descendants, saying that we don't know who our father is and we one night stand, basically. So I went hard on him on part one. Go check that out. I want you to go check that out. We know who our father is. Our father is Abel. Then I did part two. So now this is newly, highly good information that's going to be for you. See, we've been reading the scriptures all wrong. We've been reading the scriptures all wrong. You know the part where that this is in Genesis. Right now, I got the Bible right here. I got the Bible, right? This is the King James version. This is the King James version, right? I'm not gonna get in. I'm not gonna get into the controversy of the King James version. I'm not gonna get into it. But what I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna take the passages out with that when Noah, peace and blessing be upon him, drunk of from the wine, he became intoxicated. He woke up from his intoxication and he cursed Ham. He cursed Ham. Allegedly. We're going to say allegedly cursed Ham. Right? He cursed Ham. I want you to look at this differently. I want you to get out the ideology. I want you to get out everything what you have been taught. For right now, just to hear what I have to say. Just to hear what I have to say, right? So, now you talking about Noah cursed his son that wasn't even born. Right? He cursed his son, his grandson that wasn't even born. Why did he do that? 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 Why? Anybody knows? Anybody know? Right? Do anybody know? You don't know. Okay, now we're about to get into it. Ham is what? Cain's descendant. And who is Cain's descendants? Who are Cain's descendants? And there's a reason why Noah cursed Ham, right? The grandson that didn't even existed, right? And from Cain and from Noah and from Canaan descendants, right? They was cursed. They was cursed. Now, if you look at the story that I've been talking about prior to what I'm talking about right now of Canaan, how Canaan was cursed. How Canaan himself was cursed and that the Alpha, Omega, the creator and everything existing, snatched his melanin out his body. He snatched his spirit out his body. He snatched his melanin out his body. He snatched his spirit out his body. He snatched his melanin out his body. He snatched his spirit. Because we know and understand that the spirit is the Alpha Omega. Right? And it is him and he is it. It is him. Actually, true fact. It's immortal. It cannot be destroyed. He duplicated himself and created mankind. That's why he said, let me create mankind in my image. That image that he's talking about the spirit. He's not talking about arms, legs, eyes, nose, because all of those animals have arms, legs, eyes, nose. Animals do. Animals do, right? Animals, right? But we know and understand to him, I'm just keeping it real with you, to him, we are animals. To him, he's not an animal, he just is. He's not a human being. He's not. He just is. He's just energy that has no beginning and end. He's just energy. He's just energy. He's not a human being. He's not an animal. He's not none of that. How he come up and creating us, no one knows. The images that he got, I don't know how he come up with us. I don't know. I don't know. That's on him. I'm not getting to that. I'm not going to sit up here try to describe his physical because He has no physical. You can't describe him because nothing never have saw him. Nothing. Right? So back on the topic. Cain killed Abel. When he killed Abel, everything in creation, the sun, the moon, the stars, the angels, everything cursed him for killing Abel. Peace and blessings be upon him, right? So I'm getting the story a little bit. When everything cursed him, the Creator says, be ye ape, be ye ape, be ye ape, dumb, deaf, and blind. Right then and there was never no apes in existence. Ape did not exist. Apes, monkeys, or whatever you see right now, chimpanzees, orangutans, gorillas, none of these animals never existed. Nobody knew what was an ape. What is an ape? What is a monkey? That never existed. It never. When Cain killed Abel, right? That's why he said, be ye ape, be ye ape. He said, be ye ape to Cain and Cain's descendants when he did that act and killed his brother, right? And I'm telling you, this is how it goes, right? The Creator doesn't get into detail. You ain't gonna find this. He just talk about how Cain killed his brother out of jealousy, about the sacrifice and everything else. He doesn't go into detail. Only if he's loving you and he vibe out with you, he will go into detail and explain to you the process on why it happened and what happened, right? Cain descendants, him procreating everybody after that inside of his sperm, inside his reproduction system, all turned white. His eyes was blind, dumb, deaf, and blind. This is an actual true fact. This is a true fact. The Creator talks about this in scriptures. Now, prior to Cain killing his brother, he already had melanated children. He already had melanated children that did not develop the concept, of their father. At least that's what we thought. At least that's what we thought over here in the West, in the West. We are different civilizations over here in the West. In America, Canada, Mexico, and South America. This is an actual true fact, right? So this is Black History Month, right? Black History Month, right? So we're going to drop this. So they was already melanated, his children that he already had. All of the children after he killed his brother was all cursed by the sun, the moon, the stars, and everything in existence, and Cain himself. That's an actual true fact. So, if Cain would, dumb, deaf, and blind, were to mate, let's just say he made it. He did mate it. Everything after that was an ape, was monkeys and everything else. That's why the Darwin theory came about, because of Cain descendants, and that's how it went. Some evolve over time and over ages, right? Some evolve. It did. That's an actual true fact. What they saying is true, right? Of their civilization. Abel descendants, we never was dumb, deaf, and blind. We not of African descent. We not from Africa. No, we are not. We from right over here, that the land that the Creator talks about. That's why he says in the Quran, it is not righteous that you turn your face to the east and west. But it is righteous that you believe in him, the angels, and the books, in the day of, the Ron decree, in the day that he rise them up. That portion. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to break this down. So, fast forward. We're going to fast forward right now. We're going to fast forward. Now that we fast forward it, the flood happened. The flood happened, right? The flood happened because of Abel. Abel, Abel and Cain descendants was fighting each other. We was fighting because of the murder of our father. We was fighting Cain descendants. They was dying off and we was dying off. All the way up to Adam, all the way to Noah, we was killing each other and murdering each other. It was belief and non-belief. That's the first time non-belief seeped in on this planet right here, on earth. Non-belief and belief, to start believing in the Alpha Omega, the creating everything in existence amongst the human being. But non-belief was already here way before us, dealing with this entity. This is an actually true fact. Yes, it is. Coming from a spiritual realm. That's why when you read scriptures, you got to understand, right? You got to understand in the scriptures, you will grow with the scriptures through knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The scriptures only define, it confirm on who you are. We are dealing with spirituality. Scriptures only confirm who I am. It confirms who I am, my belief in the one creator. There's only one. There's not multiple. There's not multiple. We call him different names, but there's only one creator. That's it. Right? So, we was fighting each other, killing each other. Right? Belief and non-belief. Belief and non-belief. Abel descendants always believe. At this time, there was no language. There was no scriptures. There was no Bible. There was no Quran. There was no Torah. There was no scriptures. No scriptures. You understand? There was no scriptures. There was belief and non-belief. Belief and non-belief. Right? Scriptures came later on. Prophets, messengers, they came later on. There always been messengers. Don't get me wrong, there's always been messenger. But I'm talking about giving scriptures. Scriptures, you are a prophet. A messenger can get enlightenment with spirituality through the Alpha Omega that created everything in existence. He can bless them with insight. He can bless them with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. He could bless them with premonitional dreams to let them know he or she know that he is real, that they have to do a task. This is an actually true fact. These are all big shots. These are all big shots here, right? So we coming from a different point of view. This is new knowledge. New knowledge and a new way to look at the curse upon Ham. Why would Noah curse Ham? Because Ham is the grandson of Canaan. They all say that dark-skinned people, the melanin from Ham, right? They said that. That's what they say. If you really want to look at that. If you want to look at it, I want you to look at it on a different level. This is what they say, right? That Africans evolved from Ham. This is what they said, right? And who are the Africans? The Africans is Cain descendants. We are Abel descendants over here in the West. Africa is the second coming. The Middle East is the second coming of mankind. You know why I say that it's the second coming of mankind? Is because the first one that was born out of the human beings that was not created. I'm not talking about Adam and Eve. The first one that was born out of the human race was Abel. Woo! These are all big shots. That's right. The first one that came out in creation of a human being is Abel. Peace and blessing be upon him. That's right. These are big shots. This is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist. Brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, prince and princess all around the world. This is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist. That's right. Right? The Africans are Kain descendants. The white people are Kain descendants. They are brothers and sisters. They are brothers and sisters. This is actual true fact. This is an actual true fact, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen. Ham is the grandson of Kain. Yes, big shots. Yes, yes. So now we understand this curse that is upon who? That is upon the Africans and not upon Abel descendants. That's right. That's right, Austin. Break it down. Break it down, Austin. Break it down. Break it down, Austin. That's right. Today we putting heads to bed. Today we putting heads to bed. And I know that is going to make a lot of people upset, a lot of people angry, but so be it. Because I got to support my civilization. I have to lead my civilization. I have to educate my civilization. And the civilization is able to civilization. The first man that was born upon this earth was able to send it. Peace and blessing be upon him. These are all big shots. Boom, 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 boom. All big shots for you. Beloved, that's right. That's right. This is the new information right here. And I want you to look at it different. Look at it different. Stop claiming to be African. Stop claiming to be African. Because if we were, we would be in that state. We will not have the best technology. We would not have the best technology. We would not know our lineage in history and the lineage in history. These are all big shots right here. These are all big shots. Those are Canaan descendants. Because no one knew that they was going to backdoor Abel descendants. That's right. One day he knew it. And this is why they was cursed. And this is why they was enslaved as the Africans. We was never enslaved. Abel descendants, we was never enslaved. Never. Never enslaved. This is an actually true fact. We always fought. Just don't breed in with the Africans. But we had to. So being that this melanin skin looks the same, but we are not the same. Do you know how Japanese, do you know how Chinese, do you know how Japan, Hong Kong, all of them, they look the same, you can't tell the difference. But they're not of the same civilization. That's the same thing with us, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen. This is new information. Get it out. Get it out, brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. We putting heads to bed. Yes, we have to. We have to separate ourselves from those that backdoored us. And Noah, peace and blessing be upon him, knew that Ham was going to backdoor us. He knew it. He knew it. That's why he cursed Ham. We are not of Ham descendants. Stop claiming to be Egyptian. Stop claiming to be African. Stop claiming to be anything other than Abel descendants. That's right. We've been killed. We've been burned. We've been killed. We've been burned. They've been trying to annihilate us for years. Cain descendants. To actual true facts, brothers and sisters, kings and queens. This is new information. That's right. I am the tactician. I am the organizer. I am the interpreter when it comes to spirituality. That's right. I am leading the force. I'm here to wake up my civilization. And my civilization is Abel descendants. Abel descendants that's in Canada, Abel descendants, that is in America. Abel descendants, that's in Mexico. Abel descendants, that's in South America. Yes. Right? And we got the outskirts. We got the outskirts also. We got the outskirts. These are Abel descendants. They brought the Africans over here to breed in with us because we was dying off, because we was fighting, because we taught Kain descendants. We taught them. We knew the curse that was upon their brothers and sisters. We knew that. We already knew that. So when we reconnected with them, we like, all right, cousin, boom, boom, boom. And they backdoored us for their brothers and sisters. Now, this is no disrespect of the white people. I love you. That is not your fault. What your grandfather did, Kain. It's not your fault. That's not your fault that this sick, barbaric devil demon did that to Kain. Your father, the Africans and the white people. It's not your fault. Talking about the white people. The Africans are your brothers and sisters. The reason why they wasn't apes and then transformed into apes, now I'm breaking it down to you. The reason why the Africans did not transform into apes, because when Kain had his descendants, he was learning from the entity, right? But his children already exist. So they was left alone. His children was already in existence, his melanated children, and Abel descendants, children, was already there. When he started learning from this entity, mind, body, and soul, how to kill his brother, how to backdoor his brother, that's when the curse started setting in. It would start setting in. When he went to go kill his brother, he said, I'm telling you right now, if you put your hand up to kill me, you're going to take my sins and your sins, and you are going to become a lost one. Kain. So when he still killed them. He still killed them because this sick, barbaric devil demon put him in a trance. Put him in a trance. He put him in a trance, I'm telling you. He used a powerful magic upon him and put him in a trance to kill his brother. Instantly right there, the curse became on him, and his spirit and his melanin got snatched out of his body. That's not your fault. My cousin, that's not your fault. I'm here to teach you. I'm here to elevate you. Stop carrying on the sins of your father, Kain. We need to stop this. I'm telling you this. I am not racist. I'm not. I am not. How can I be racist if I'm righteous? If I'm an uply God right one? See, I know and understand that you don't know. I know and understand that you don't have the knowledge, wisdom, or understanding of the spiritual sense. You don't. You don't. Because your spirit is snatched out of your body. So you don't have that connection. It's not your fault. That's the sick, barbaric devil demon that been teaching you to kill your first cousin, which is us. Abel descendants. Abel descendants. Abel was trying to get us all back up. I'm telling you. And he's using us to kill each other. You backdoor your own brothers and sisters. You backdoor your own brothers and sisters, the Africans, and enslaved them and put shackles and chains upon them. You didn't do it to Abel descendants. You tried. You tried. Some of us you did, but you tried. But a lot of us died fighting. That's right. And fled to what? Our allies in Canada. And fled to what? Mexico, South America. Yes, they have a lot of dark skin in Canada, in Mexico, in South America. That's right. But they're not going to let you know that. Those are Abel descendants. And they hold them in the utmost high. The Mexicans in the South America, they hold these dark ancestors very high and respect them. Because they are the descendants of Abel. It's actually true fact. And they know that we are the descendants of Abel and we are collectively one. It's actually true fact. Yes. So the curse is on Kain descendants. And who is Kain descendants? It's Ham. We are not of Kain descendants. We are not of Ham descendants. No, we are not. No, we are not. Everybody that went over to the second coming of mankind, Japheth, Shem, and all the rest of them, that's Africa and that's the Middle East over there. Those are Canaan descendants. We are Abel descendants. That's right. See, the Creator doesn't get into this because he don't want us fighting with each other. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This is the true knowledge. This is the accurate knowledge. And this is the what? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that we need to learn. These are all big shots. This is the truth. That is the truth. So you are claiming to be African. You are claiming anything other than Abel descendants. You are a lost one. And you don't want to be a lost one. So that's the true fact. They brought them over here because they enslaved the Africans. The African enslaved the Africans and sold them off to their brothers and sisters. But the Africans taught their brothers and sisters how to read and write and brought them out of darkness and out of blindness. That's an actual true fact. Yes, these are all big shots. It wasn't us. We've been over here. We've been over here. We survived everything. We survived the flood. It's an actual true fact. So, if you want to read it, if you want to read the Bible passage about Noah, peace and blessings be upon him, cursing his grandson that didn't even exist. This is in Genesis, right? You can read from Genesis. You can read from chapter 7 all the way to verse 24. You can read all that, right? And then you can go beyond, right? You can go beyond that. With that, he cursed. Matter of fact, from chapter 7, you can read chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, chapter 10. Yeah, chapter 10. I'm sorry. So you can read chapter 7, chapter 8, chapter 9, and chapter 10 in the Bible. In the Bible, in the scriptures right here. We as Muslims believe in all scriptures. We take out what we need and we leave things that is not in alignment with the last book, and that is the Quran. But we do believe in all scriptures and all prophets and all messengers. Yes, we do. So I hope and pray that this corrects some things to uplift you. And I am not racist. No, I'm not. I'm just setting the truth of spirituality. That's right. This is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist. This is the year of the fist. Brothers and sisters, kings and queens, ladies and gentlemen, prince and princess all around the world. Abel descendants, Abel descendants, Abel descendants. That's right. We was never cursed. Never. Never. That's right. Peace, 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 peace. Peace to the gods. Peace to the earth. Peace to the Muslims.